And Secretary of State Pompeo confirming communist China was behind that huge hack of Marriott hotels. Pompeo telling Fox News that China is, quote, conducting espionage and influence operations here in the United States. The Marriott hack stole the information up to 500 million people. I believe the third largest cyber attack in history. Well, joining us now, Fox Business national security and foreign policy analyst, Dr. Walid Phares. Walid, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Fred Fleitz, former chief of staff for the National Security Council, incoming president, CEO of the Center for Security Policy. Fred, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Walid, let's start with you. This is, the Secretary of State saying that China is conducting espionage against the United States. They've been doing it for 30 years. We know that. What kind of statement is that from the Secretary of State?
Because the Chinese are literally crossing the red lines at this point in time. I mean, 500 million persons' information has been taken by the Chinese. The other matter is that China is expanding worldwide, and it feels that it is now being met by two things. Number one, it has to choose between capitalism and communism, acting as a capitalist regime. But on the other hand, it has the United States under a different direction, under Mr. Trump, under President Trump. That is kind of creating the situation where China is acting almost irrationally. Well,
the rationality began this week, in all credit to the president. Talking with White House officials, specifically Robert Lighthizer and the Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, the Vice Premier of China, announcing that they're going to reduce tariffs, Fred, on U.S. automobiles. Now, the country went nuts when the president put 10% tariffs on Chinese products and then started cheering when the Chinese proposed to drop their tariffs from 40% on U.S. vehicles down to 15%. That's madness.
Well, it could be a significant step forward. I think it's a result of President Trump's tough diplomacy with the Chinese because of its predatory trade practices. But we have to keep the pressure up because the Chinese are going to throw us a bone and try not to change their ways. And I think that's what the president understands that.
And the Chinese, the Russians, now they're sitting in Venezuela with two bombers, the Russians are. The Chinese control both ends of the Panama Canal and want to really set up shop throughout Panama. They want to own it. They may well do so. They have loans that are coming due in Ecuador for infrastructure. The debt trap that they're creating, that they've created across Africa, they're now trying to do in the Western Hemisphere, particularly Central America and Southern America. Why are we just now reacting? I mean, we've got more people paying attention to Saudi Arabia than they are to Venezuela, to Panama, to this hemisphere where the Chinese and the Russians are making significant inroads.
We've had president after president that did not take the Chinese threat seriously. There was a hearing on Capitol Hill today where China was identified as the most serious long-term threat to the United States. Now, President Trump knows that, but we've had president after president that did not want to deal with this threat, let China take advantage of us over and over again concerning trade. So, I mean, we've talked about this before, Lou. This challenge to fix the economic situation is enormous. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of pressure, and we're going to have to endure some pain to fix it.
I don't know what endure pain means, but I do know one thing that you said disturbs me mightily. It's going to take a long time. This country has demonstrated and demonstrated again that we don't have patience, that we don't, we're not good at long wars. Ask anyone who served in Afghanistan, who has fought the wars in Iraq, who is, engaged now in trying to contend with the Chinese and the Russians. Long wars, we should fix them fast.
With one point, Lou, is that China has two advantages. It doesn't have elections, doesn't worry about the opposition, basically, and it is coordinating with Russia. It is coordinating with Iran, and that's what our media should see much clearer.
And these claims by the Washington Post that the president still has a rupture with the intelligence agencies. Fake news? Tell us what the straight deal is.
Well, this is a great story. Greg Miller of the Washington Post called me and said he wanted to talk about this problem between the president and the intelligence community. And I said, well, Greg, actually, this problem's been fixed. John Bolton and Mike Pompeo, Secretary Haspel, they have solved the problem that was caused by these political intelligence analysts who've been attacking the president, leaking intelligence. You know what John Brennan was doing, smearing the president over and over again. But Miller ignored what I said.
Clapper and Comey, and the list goes on.
And Miller ignored what I said and wrote a piece today that is 100% fake news.
100%. You've never had that happen, have you?
I've never seen anything like that before.
He said. Walid Phares, great to see you. Thanks so
Thank you.
much. Fred Fleitz, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.